Hello everybody, this is Gareth Cahoon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can look me up at my website, which is www.garethcahoon.co.uk. Or if you'd like to support the ministry, you can do so through garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. This one is ludicrous to me. US has planned to gradually disarm Hamas, could integrate some of the members into a Gaza police force, a report has said. Palestinian Technocratic Committee and International Stabilization Force could enter Gaza in April, Trump envoy says. The US is working on a plan to gradually disarm Hamas over the next couple of months. Saudi news site Asha al Awasat reported. The news agency interviewed Palestinian American businessman Bashara Abba, who served as one of US President Donald Trump's envoys during the negotiations for the Gaza peace plan, who claimed that Washington is discussing a gradual disarmament for the Hamas terror group. Bahaba, who heads the political group Arab Americans for Peace, told Ashar al-Awasat that Washington is in the process of presenting a proposal patter to Hamas for a gradual disarmament. Bahaba told the Saudi news agency a proposal is currently being prepared by Washington regarding the disarmament of Hamas, and it will be presented to the movement soon. He further stated that the document includes a phased disarmament process. It begins with heavy weapons, a declaration by Hamas of its commitment not to develop or manufacture any weapons, a commitment not to smuggle any weapons, addressing the issue of tunnels, and then the individual weapons that Hamas requests to retain for self-defense. While a ceasefire agreement started in October 2025 and was to include the disarmament of Hamas as a condition for proceeding to the second phase, the terror group has yet to give up its weapons, and Hamas leaders have publicly stated that the group will never hand over its weapons except to a Palestinian state. Another component of Gaza peace plan is the establishment of an international stabilization force and the board of technocrats to manage the day-to-day civil and municipal affairs of the enclave. According to Bahaba, the first batch of these forces will enter Gaza in early April. Larger numbers will enter in the following months. Bahaba also said that the National Committee for the Administration of Gaza is expected to enter Gaza at the same time as the first batch of ISF troops, saying the committee needs security and protection, and perhaps it's entirely with those forces will provide the necessary security for it. While the ISF is supposed to maintain security in the Gaza Strip temporarily, the enclave will still need a police force. Recently, Egypt and Jordan began training Palestinians for serving in the police force. However, Bahaba revealed that the US is open to having some members of the Hamas police units join the new police force. He said that all applicants will have to be vetted before being allowed to join. Egypt and Jordan are working on training the Palestinian police force. Bahaba told Al-Awasat currently an online registration portal has been opened in Gaza for those interested in joining the police force, and thousands from within the strip have volunteered to be part of this force. However, these names will be vetted to verify their background after which they will be trained to be ready for deployment. Asked if Hamas will accept the new police force, Baba responded, "The movement will accept the reality on the ground and it's currently demanding the integration of its existing police forces into the future Palestinian police force. There is an offer on the table that includes exempting Hamas members who surrender their weapons and declare that they will not fight." Baba claimed at the same time there is possibly there is a possibility of integrating some of them into the future Palestinian police force, but this will only happen after vetting their names and ensuring that their loyalty will be to the local Palestinian forces and not to another entity. Israel is unlikely to approve of such an agreement, and the IDF has recently begun training in the event that a military will need to return to Gaza to disarm Hamas forcefully. The Palestinian American also said that the US has been moving slowly on some areas in order to give Israel time. He claimed the United States has given Israel a chance and time because it has convinced Israel that it must destroy Hamas's elements and capabilities even during a ceasefire, as long as America turns a blind eye to these violations. Israel will act as it pleases in the Gaza Strip. However, he claimed that Israel's freedom to act against Hamas will be curtailed by the presence of the ISF and the Nakag, and any targeting of Hamas elements will disrupt the committee's work, and the United States will not allow this. Well, this is a complete and utter slap in the face to Israel and the Jewish people. Are they expected to have the Palestinians policed by the very people who murdered, raped, and pillaged their communities on the southern border? We have to remember that Israel didn't invade Gaza. The Palestinians with Hamas invaded Israel on October 7th, and I think that this has gone out of the minds of the American administration, and they would need to be reminded of it. Look at the people above my head and think to yourself, is it any or even conceivable that these terrorist masterminds should be part of a civilian police force? Oy vey, no way. This cannot happen. It's like putting Jerry Adams in charge of Sinn Féin or Ian Paisley in charge of the DUP. It's an absolute joke, and it's just making this whole thing a laughing stock. And the Board of Peace, they must really, really be bored of peace for this to exist and to happen. They should be ashamed of themselves even contemplating putting these terrorists, these mass murderers, in a civilian police force. Oy vey. Shalom, Maranatha, and hallelujah.